Right. Oh, I am here. Whew. Feels like it's been a long journey, but I am here. Well, what a day. How are we doing? Let me get the chat up. Here we go. Testing 1 2 3. How's it sound? Graham, good to see you. That sounds fine to me. Good stuff. How is everybody doing? Okay, so if you're watching the vlog back, I am planning to do some testing of the new combat system today. So, well, it's not new, it's the advanced combat system with the extra bits and pieces for the Legendary Dungeon. And it's not something that you'd necessarily be doing. Well, you wouldn't be doing it if you were playing the normal 2d6 dungeon, but this is Legendary. Obviously, we're currently in development of it, most of you will know, and made a few adjustments, so we're going to test it today to see what happens. Bob, did you get my email, my friend, with the document? How are you doing? Good to see you, David. Good to see you, Graham. Just to make sure it's come through. Did I get a response? Jeff, good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, it's been a long day. I did get it good. You take your time, Bob. I'm currently writing level 4, and so you've got a little bit of time just to sort of see what you think. What is this stream? I bet you used 5d6 on the camera, then not 2. Oh yeah, 5. Well, this is for the other dice. Peninsula, how are you doing? Good to see you. This is for the fatigue and the rounds there, and I don't know where that one came from. There's your 2d6. In fact, let's have the proper 2d6 there. The 2d6 there. Oh man, 11. Yeah, it's been a fairly long day today. So a couple of days ago, I was watching some of the tennis on the TV. I love tennis. I love sports. And I thought to myself, well, heck, why don't we go to these things? We love watching live tennis. So spur of the moment. Hi, Mark. Good to see you. So I thought, why not go? So I bought a couple of tickets for Queens, which is like it's a lawn tennis event. It's a brand new one this year for the women. Haven't had it for 50 years. And so Joe and I went along to watch some games today. And we got back a couple of hours ago, actually. And we've been baking in the sun all day. It's been a pretty glorious day. Pretty amazing. What? Yes. So I have kind of... Hey, Star Glider. Queens love it. Is that like you watching that, Peninsula? Pen for short. Yeah, Emma Raducanu lost today, unfortunately, in the quarters, which is a shame. So we didn't have the tickets for the Andy Murray Arena. We had just general tickets for the rest of the courts. So that was court 1 basically, and we saw the semi-finals of the doubles, and so we've been out there today. It was a funny situation because one of the ladies in the second semi-final was playing in the singles in the morning, so we had to wait quite a while for the second semi-final game, but it was well worth waiting, and it was a really good experience. How are you, Starglider? Paul, how are you doing, my friend? Good to have you here. yeah, it's just going to be some nice, easy play testing today. Just having a look at picking one of these creatures and fighting. It's using Durg the Daring, using his stats here. One of the things that I don't get to do is enough testing. So obviously, I have an amazing crew like you guys, or you guys are the crew, and you know, you get to test stuff for me. But occasionally, you know, I think, right, I'm on the stream, let's do some testing. And we've always played on the stream, haven't we? So it's just a natural progression. So I thought today I'd pick one of these creatures and fight it. Now there's been a few changes, a few updates. They Jeff, Mark's been looking at it. I've had a couple of other guys look at some of the combat. Philip has had a look. One of the things that we need to check is that the armor that we have here isn't too powerful. Now, when we did a little test before, it was pretty powerful, which, if that's the case, I need to try and balance it out. And to do that, I need to up the amount of damage that the creatures take. So, if something in the game is OP, you've got to do something about it. And with this, the armor being somewhat OP, it's a question of that is like the rule set for that has appeared in Realm. Now I don't want to change it. I don't feel like I need to change that. It's good that the armor's super powerful. What I need to do is make the creatures more powerful as a result. So I have increased the damage the creatures do, and also the amount of damage that their armor absorbs. So the damage that we do is less. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, no doubt about it, Bob. Power creep is tough to balance, Bob says. Words of wisdom. One we've all heard. And it's kind of one of these things like, thematically, this is legendary stuff. So rather than bring it down, I want to pump it up, said the song. And I think that, so that's the direction I'm going at the moment. So we're in the process of doing that. So I haven't had a chance since we did the update to actually test it. A lot of this stuff is played in my head. So when I'm creating it, I'll run it through my head like rounds and see, look at things and how much damage they do, and then I'll kind of sort of calculate it and I get a feel. And usually I'm pretty close. We hadn't really made a lot of armor, so when that started to come through as a result of the creation process, I was then presented with more stats, if you like, for me to kind of assimilate and work into the equation. So, you know, on the scheme of things, this is fine-tuning for the rule set, whereas the core rooms to the dungeon, where I'm kind of a third of the way through level 4, I'm going to hopefully have that done by the end of this month, all the levels, and then we'll have a period of a few weeks where people can really test it. We'll be doing maps and stuff like that. Then I'll print it and then we'll post it. So everything is on target. Now that has been largely as a result of some awesome people like Jeff and Mark and Clive and Philip and Nick. People who are really helping. So David as well. Graham, did I send you the test? Did you get the test document, Graham? Paul, did I send it to you? We've got the level 1 test document in circulation. So we're kind of deep into people hopefully exploring level 1, trying to understand the changes and incorporate that into a system which they're very familiar with. So we'll just see how it goes. Prestige P, good to see you, my friend. Graham, no. Okay. Hang on a minute, missed a few things here. Jeff says, plus can make the armor at risk of getting damaged and less effective. Yes. That's part of what this new level is. Your armor can be damaged and start to absorb less damage. Yeah. So there's that side of it. So there are other things we work into the design of the game to try and countermand that. But I think it's not a bad thing. I think that, as I was saying, this is like super duper armor. People have spent a lot of time creating if they did it through Realm. David says, I find a lot of video games do that as you go to harder difficulties. The battles don't really become harder or more epic. The enemies just become bullet sponges, resulting in long, drawn-out combat. Yes, exactly. So we've got to be careful. I mean, it would be fantastic if it was just like 3 or 4 rounds, bang, 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 lots of damage, done. You know, that would be awesome. We don't want it to be dragging out, too complex. It's tricky to play around with stuff. Hall of Heroes for your playtesters, yeah. Definitely, I know. I'm pretty bad. I try to acknowledge people as much as they deserve it, but I do miss stuff because I'm so sort of busy doing the design. I don't have a PR person, so I can't handle that all myself, and I try and get as many emails responded to as possible. But it becomes increasingly difficult, especially when my brain is so sort of turned on to writing rooms in the 4th level of the dungeon, and I'm working on the themes within that dungeon level because it's this kind of metal focused level, and I've got to try and figure out, you know, the stability of the rooms and kind of what is being drawn into that level from the universal temple above, and what monsters you're going to fight, and how the ultimate foe has changed these creatures, stuff like that. Sam, good to see you. Matt, good to see you. Yeah, so it is. So there's a lot going on. So hopefully, I mean, if someone feels like I haven't responded to them, please email me and let me know what the situation is. I can deal with that. You know, it's not a problem. I'm not precious. Sometimes I might go like 3 or 4 days. People might be expecting an email. It's just because the creative process has consumed me for some reason. Not wholly. I do return. Yeah, so the goal this evening is to try and give these a bit of a run through. So, the Coal Mantis, the drink of the day is a white Pinot with some ice cubes, because I am a caveman. No, I am what's the word? I'm primitive. I like ice in my wine. It's a crime, a wine crime. So you can generally judge how good a creature is by the amount of SP they give you. So we'll go with the granite ball first. Mitre Cider, fantastic, Graham. Every corner of level 1 so far for my characters have been living in fear of evil flying death rocks. The flints are abundant and evil. Interesting, okay. You see those last only one round, don't you, David? Was that clear on the description? So flints just last 1 round and then they kind of explode, or they've done their thing. I hope that came across. Now, I've been getting a little bit of hay fever, so I'm a little bit sniffy, which is annoying, but it's not the sort of sniffiness you can kind of blow out, unfortunately. Clive, good to see you. Out here in the colonies, where it's the dead of winter, my drink of choice is a gently spiked cup of hot tea. I like that. Gently spiked. Caressed. Jeff says, funny you mention ice. When I had a chance to travel around UK in 2018, we could not find ice anywhere. Yeah, that's very true. It's increasing popularity since lockdown, I feel. I don't know why, but there's more ice around. But there is a place you can get it. But people in the UK aren't hot on ice, which sounded wrong. They're not really that keen on ice, a lot of people. I'm a bit weird. I mean, having lived in a hot country, I like everything cold. I like lollies and stuff like that, you know, ice cream. I don't know, I like cold things. So David says, Canadian root beer and bourbon. Sorry, I always read that as bourbon, as in the biscuits. Jeff in the house, root beer. Bailey's always on ice. Yes. Jeff says, when we get home, all I wanted was a glass of ice water. Oh, yeah. It's usually not very hot in this country though, so people have less need for ice. I have ice throughout the year. Just a bit of a weirdo like that, I guess. When we get home, yeah. So yeah, no, I like ice in stuff. I like ice lollies. What do they call them what are they called in America? Ice flavored lolly sticks. Because I don't think anybody else in the world calls them lollies. We call them lollies. I always have ice trays in the freezer. Nice one, David. What is that called? Ice pops. Popsicles. Mark comes in with a bit of info. Popsicles, Bob comes in with. Fantastic. Ice pops or popsicles? Popsicles. Now that sounds as bad as lollies, doesn't it? I guess they're designed for children. I'm just a big kid. I always have lollies in the fridge, you know. I don't know what it is about them. I really do like them. So, for tonight, we have a notepad, the sheet. We've got the little combat fatigue and shift adjustment platform. Don't know why I called it that. And, so we can keep track of this. Now, I'm writing a bit of an angle here. So the camera's to my left because I'm a pro streamer. Prepped an iced tea for work last night and probably forgot to take it out of the fridge. Enjoyed this evening. Very nice. Very Berry Whittard. Nice. I don't know. Berry Whittard? Mark says, cider lollies in my freezer. Fantastic. Oh, man, that's a good idea. I haven't seen those around in ages. Or did you make them yourself, Mark? I bought Jubblies the other day. If you're not from the UK, they're a word triangle shaped lolly. Wow, I don't even know what that is. I got mine from Asda. Ah, okay. They're probably not. Are they gluten free? I might have to look out for those actually. Whittard's Very Berry Tea. Fantastic. Yeah, no, I am. No, well, I've got a real penchant for ice. I love ice. If I haven't got it, I feel deeply depressed. It's like you are all speaking another language right now. Yeah. Yeah. Are popsicles big in the US? Are they big over there? Mark says they're cola flavoured Jubblies. I'll have to have a look out for those. Yeah. Yes, they are, especially in the summer. Yeah, Mark says. Thanks, Mark. Okay. Mark Stevenson, not Mark Harrison. Yeah. No, I'm a massive fan of it. Of course, I have to be slightly careful. Some of them are a little bit sneaky. They sneak things in, like gluten, like barley, for instance. My favourite in summer is vodka jellies in the freezer. I bet it is, Clive. I bet. Those South African summers, I bet they are hot. So what we're going to do is I'm going to try this out. Okay. So we've got the granite boar is at 75 health. Okay, it's a bit at an angle there, but that's the angle I'm sitting at, I'm afraid. So it's going to be a little bit rough. Toby, which mark can't I show the leg armor picture to again? Yeah, don't show that to the Mark Harrison, okay? He'll just break out in perspiration. You know, that's his thing. Okay, so we're going to do this. Right, so round one. Yes, Mark, you have a bit of a disciple in David. He's becoming a little bit obsessed with leg armor. So when he sees it in real life, he starts taking pictures of it. And for some strange reason, he wants to share them with me, but he really needs to share them with you. I think that you two need to have your own leg armor group. But Mark's not really, he's not on a big Facebook person, so. Right, so let's just get a few things established here. Fabulous drive, solid deluged, astonishing blow. And then we've got great helm. So each turn, when I roll the die, I'm going to carefully consult the stats here so we get this right. And Jeff, just wait. Yes, they'll both be happy, Jeff, won't they? Let's face it. Right. So what we need is so I'm going to attack first. I'm not going to use any spectral points in this round. We're going to do it without spectral points, without potion bombs, without using potions or scrolls at the beginning. So we just want to see the raw stats. And I'm going to go with the 95 health that I've got on here. And this is the record, this video of that. Because this is the character I was using to explore, doing that exploration of level 1 of the dungeon. Which you may well start again. So we'll just have to see. Alright. So, round 1, I'm going to attack. So, I roll 6-1. Okay, 6-1. Let's put that there, 6-1. Now, I have shift 4, so I can take this to a solid deluge. Now, the 6, okay, is... I've got my list of... We've been thinking about the layout of these forms as well. And one thing that we feel, or that Jeff suggested, is maybe we need a space to write what these extra impacts are. So rather than having to look them up. Not that it really matters, because to be honest, I mean, it adds to the theme and the storytelling, which is great. This is really what it's all about. But just for this day, I've got what it is here. So the CT, because this is a prime dice here, this is an exact dice. So it's the 6 there. I'm going to change that to a 4. Because the 6 was exact, I get plus 3 damage. So it's going to be 3d6 plus 10. Now, this is not it's not associated with any kind of immunity because it's not written beneath here. Whereas these ones are here. So that's ice, this is cold, and that's heat. All right. Now, this particular creature is immune from cold and ice, and vulnerability is heat. Okay, so the dice for this is churning twist. Thank you, Jeff. If you've got that available there, you can always drop those in if you fancy. So we've got 3d6 plus 10 plus 3. All right. So for this first hit, so we've got 12 there plus 10, which is 22, plus that's 25. Now let's bear in mind that the 6/4 here is a secondary 4s, so minus 15 damage with the granite armor. Okay, so secondary 4s, which means I do 10 damage to make it 65 damage there. Okay. Oh, primary 6, sorry. Not secondary 4s. What am I saying? Why did I read that secondary 4s? Primary 6s, you're right. Thank you. Thank you. So it's still the same result. Minus 15 damage, 10 damage to the boar from round 1. Okay. So it is now going to attack me. It has 3 plus 3 shift. So we're going to go 1, 6. Its maneuvers are 3, 2. It's got 3 shift and 5, 5. Okay. So, no, it cannot make it cannot hit me. Okay. So it misses me on that first hit. Okay. Right. I'm going to attack again. So we've got 4, 4. So I've got a couple here which have got 4s, so we can make this primary. So I can look at this. It would be ice, immunity ice. Okay, so this boar is immune to ice. I'm not going to do the ice attack on this particular one. So I might go with the astonishing blow, and I will get, the enemy gets minus 2 shift for the next turn. Okay, with the HC. Yeah, that is a miss. 4, 6. So I'm going to shift this up to 6. We get the primary. Oh no, it would be. No, that's the wrong one. 4. That is the 6 there. Okay, so we get 4, 6, which would be 3, 6 plus 14. Let's try this here. 10, 11 plus 14 is 25 again. Now, that is a 4, 6. That is a primary 4. So it's minus 15. It's 10 damage again. So that's 55. Hard click. Thank you, Jeff. ALZ. New creatures for Legendary. Indeed, they are. Yep. This is one of the easier ones. Granite Boar. They're kind of transformed. The Legendary Dungeon is a transformed space. It takes ingredients and makes something from it, in a sense. And the boars were in pens in the Universal Temple. They've got a whole bunch of stuff up on this plateau where it existed, and they used to keep boars, and the boars have been blended, mutated with granite to made tougher. Turn 3. Thank you. Now that was turn 2. Yeah, now Turn 2 still, and it's their turn to try and hit me for the second time. Okay. So down to 55 for the boar. So it rolls a 3-3. Okay, so it's got a primary, an exact dice 3 there. And then the second one, it can do a stone charge. Okay, so we can shift that to 2, even though it's got -2 shift. It only needs 1 to shift. So the hard click didn't actually stop the ball from hitting me this time, ironically. So you need to try to get more damage. Yeah. Astonishing blow has heat. It's vulnerable to heat. So we'll see. We'll just see how the dice turn. -2 shift. Thank you, Jeff. We did it anyway, and it's still just 1 turn, so it can get the stone charge. And it doesn't get the extra bonus, the extra cold +8 attack there, because it wasn't an exact die. Okay. RPG frequencies. Alan, good to see you. Yes, we will. This is just a little test. We're doing some combat testing. So we've got so it does 3d6 plus 17. Let's figure out how much that is. Oh man, look, that is a much lower roll than I've been rolling. So that's 6. So that's 23, but a 3-2. Okay. We could a 3-2. Right, we've got a 3 here and a primary 3 there. So we can do a -21. How much did I say it did? 23. Okay. Plus rebound. So this armor has rebound. Just looking up here. Just give me 1 sec. Legendary maneuvers. Extra impacts. Armor enhancements. Here we go. Got it in that printout that we did. Armor enhancements. Rebound. It's on the next page. Rebound. Half the damage done is rebounded back to the enemy. Right. So, it's -21 with 23. It's 2 damage. So half of the 2 damage that's done is rebounded back. So the boar takes 1 damage and I take 1 damage. Okay. 94. Now, I would say, looking at that, we rolled 6 on 3d6, which isn't a lot. So if we had rolled a bit more, I would have taken a bit more damage. So that's something to bear in mind. Right, round 3. Yeah, lots of chances for armor. Definitely. Definitely. Wouldn't you still take 2 damage, which is how much you take? Yes. No, you're... Yes. No, you're right. You are right, Jeff. You are absolutely right. Let me just put that 93. Yes. I halved it for a moment. Okay, round 3. Let's do this. Oh, no. We need 2 die. So we've got 2, 4. And 2, 4. So I've got again a solid deluge with the ice. It is immune to the ice. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go. We could shift. We've got 4 shipping. Go 4 and 6 on here to take it up to a 3d6 plus 14, which is an astonishing blow. So we'll do that. None of these are prime exact dice, so we don't get any of the extra bonuses around the weapon, okay? Well, it is... I mean, I wouldn't say it's complicated. I'd say it's a bit more involved. It's just still 2 dice, but you just have to consult a bit more. That would be what I'd say. And the fights are meant to be tougher and a bit longer, but you know, there are probably less of them in the levels. So 3d6 plus 14, so let's do that. So we've got 10, 24, and this is a 4-6. Yep. 24, 9 damage. Okay. So the boar goes down to 45. Against the fabulous drive. Yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah. No, Prime, you're right. Good thinking. Good thinking. Well done, Jeff. It can't. Okay. So we have the boar's turn. A 3-2. Which is an exact strike for it. So it doesn't gain the bonus like you do as a warrior, but does mean gets a stone charge with the +8 cold damage, because it's an exact 2 for that second attack. So it's 3d6 plus 17 plus 8. So it's plus 23, plus 25, which is pretty powerful. It's kind of barreled me over. So we'll do that. Wow. Not very much. 8. 33 damage, and so we're going to take, what have we got here? It is a 3-2. We can take the 21 from it again and do some rebound damage. So it was 21. What did I say? The 8, 20. So it was 8 plus 25, which was 33. So that is 12 damage to my character. So that's 81. Plus rebound 8. Thank you, Mark. Plus a rebound, which is 6 back to the granite ball, which makes it 39. Okay. That's pretty powerful, the long gauntlets. Maybe legendary creatures in the legendary dungeon should start getting benefited from the exact strike and add its shift. Food for thought, but yes. But that could be another thing to try think to. Yeah, it would be another thing to try and remember. That is always an issue, isn't it? It's how complicated do we make it? Do you think adding effects on armor like rebound should just be once per combat? Yeah, you did mention that before. Did you mention that before, David? On one of your messages? Again, it's something to monitor, to manage. Do people remember whether they've used it or not? Just another one of those little things. It's something to think about. I mean, it would have been potentially, this is with hindsight, maybe using some of these extra powers would have meant spending spectral points potentially. Like you said earlier, it's tricky when the rules are already in Realm. Exactly. Yes, that may not have necessarily been something I had to do at the time, but I felt like I needed to understand it to make that work, to make the creation of the armor work. Yeah, I did need to do it. You had to create the armor, so we can tweak things. I feel like, well, look. So we started with the 95. We're going to round 4. I've lost 14 points. The creature's down to 39 points, effectively half its HP. That's kind of where we want to be at, really. And as Jeff has pointed out, you maybe as you fight the creature, you get to spot more weaknesses within the creature's remit there, how it kind of operates, and you maybe then do more damage as the fight goes on. But in any case, let's carry on with this. 4. So I strike a 3/5. I've got a 3 up here, Fabulous Drive. Well, maybe I should do the Fabulous Drive. So we will. I've got a 3, so we've got a CR bonus here, plus 2 damage, plus 2 HP. So I get some healing from this particular effect as well. Extra shift, like you. Yeah. Well, one of the things that is going to happen is for levels 3, 4, and 5. Level 3 you'll have -1 shift. Level 4 you'll have -2 shift. And level 5 you have -3 shift. So you're going to be in a situation where initially the first level was relatively easy. Build up your powers and your strengths. And as you get deeper in, the pressure, the magical pressure that builds up affects you as a warrior. So it's going to get tougher the deeper you go. Round 4, we get +1 shift. 3, we don't need the +1 shift really. We're going to do a Fabulous Drive. We're going to take that down to 2. We've got an exact die there, the 3, which gives me +2 damage. So it's +11 and +2 health. So we're going to take it to 83 health because the armor has that effect. And then we're going to roll for damage. 3d6 plus 9 plus 11. So we've got 5, 10, 21. And as Jeff pointed out, 3's primary, the granite board does not interrupt it. So we have 21 damage to the boar, which takes it down to 18. And then suddenly it's feeling channeled rebound. Thank you, Jeff. And so we're in a situation here where round 4, the boar has taken quite a bit of damage. I've taken some damage. And you want monsters to chip away at you. You don't necessarily want each monster to virtually kill you. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like with level 1, most of the creatures there will just maybe do you a couple of points of damage. Then you'll face a tough monster, and you may have already lost, say, 4 damage, and it makes a real difference. You know? Right. So the granite boar now is really going to really benefit from the extra shift as well. Let's put the 1 on here. There, 1 extra shift. So the boar rolls a 1, 5. So it does. So it was +3. And to make it a clamping bite, it needs 4. No, it needs more than that because this is a 4 here. So okay, so we need 4. We can go 1, 2 there, and then back down to a 2 here for the stone charge again. When I tested, I picked a lot of HP boosts in weapons and armor, so sometimes came out with more HP than when I started the fight. Yeah, we don't want to be there really. That HP bonus is really just to sort of help out in tough situations rather than boost you up. And anyway, it's not meant to take you beyond your baseline. So right, so we have got a 3-2 a 3-2 stone charge. So that is 3d6 plus 17. Right, that's a bit better. 5, so 13 plus 17, 30. Okay, so that is a 3-2. Again, I've got my long gauntlets, which is very powerful. Minus 21 damage. So I still take 9 damage. Takes me down to 76. And the boar gets half of that deflected back. So we'll take them down to 14. Okay. That's the special power that is there. Alright. Round 5. We'll take that there. 74. Got you. So what we need to do is, it's my attack here. I've got +2 and I get a double 6. Okay. So I get to add my, what do I do on my, oh my god, my brain's just gone blank. I pick one and let me just check I'm getting this right. Get my own rules right. If you're a double 6 attack, you have performed a prime attack. Select any one of your maneuvers to perfect exactly. Add your total shift, including shift from the fatigue die, to the damage, and it cannot be affected by interrupts. Wow. You cannot shift to a prime attack. It must always be a natural roll. Okay. Yeah. The boar is destroyed completely. Exactly. So, rolling a double 6, I will pick the fabulous dry because it can't block it, and we get +2. I get +2 health. I told you it was 76. Daniel, good to see you. Good to see you. I'll be watching as I drive home from work. Well, don't crash the car for God's sake. Just listen. And so that's 3d6. We get a heat. So, oh no, that's the top one up here. So, +6 cold. It is immune to cold, so we won't add that in there. We're just going to do 3d6 plus that, which isn't very much. I think I might go for the 4. For the 9. So that's 1, 10, 17 plus 19 and plus 4, so 19, 4, 23, 25. Interrupts don't do it. Chaos, how are you doing? -9. Yeah, you can't block any of them on the prime attack. Yeah, is it the vulnerability and the immunity though is a different thing, I feel, and that is an interesting point actually. Let me just write this down. Prime attacks. Do not block immunities as they are innate. I'll just put that down there. That probably needs to be put into the rules. So although it blocks, the interrupts cannot block it. Immunities and vulnerabilities are innate, so it's not a question of blocking, it's just how it is. Wow. Okay. Fantastic. So that means at the end of that we lost somebody 19 health points and destroyed the boar. Okay. All right. Okay, let's take something a little bit harder here. So let's do a stone silex. There he doesn't. He's immune to a certain. Daniel gets a prime attack on the boar with a left turn without a signal. Nice. Okay, so that's played out there. Right, let's do the stone silex. All right. Keeping him as he is. Round 1. 5-4. Soon the basic of the base game with a level 1 character, this combat was basically -2 HP, which seems about right. Don't quite get that message there, David. Sorry. So you get a 5-4. So I've got a secondary 4 here, and I can shift this up to a 6. Let's do this. And so prime it's immune to cold. So let's just go over in the little book here. Some creatures. ALZ, are you doing creature cards for Legendary Dungeon? I've created cards for every item in game. Whoops. Yes, love cards. Yes, there are new creature cards. ALZ, my friend. Great to hear. Did you do the quest cards? Because I love those. It's something I'd wanted to do, but I didn't get time. Types of damage. Creature is immune to one of the 4 types. It is shown on the creature cards, and it takes no damage from it. Right, so the creature will not take any damage from this immunity. So it's it doesn't really matter. We'll do it anyway. So the stone silex has got 105. We'll do it anyway, just as a bit of a doesn't really matter too much. So that's 3d6 plus 10. So that's 13, 23. Now that is a 6-4. It does -17 damage to primary 6s. Okay. So that is 24 minus, so that is 7. So that is not a lot. Right, the stone silex attacks. Let's see what this guy can do. 6-4, 6-3. Okay, so It rolls it exactly. Heavy barrage. 3d6 plus 18 plus special. One random small item is crushed. Okay, so we'll go with, but just assume I've just marked that off. Doesn't really matter too much for this particular thing. So you would just maybe close your eyes and put a pencil in a place, and it would be the one that is crushed. 18 plus 18. So 10, 12, 30. Now it's a 6-3. I've got 3 secondary on, on the 21. So I take 7 damage. So that is 69. All right, round 2. 2-4. Again, he's immune to ice. So I can't. There aren't any other ones, but I can shift it to a astonishing blow. Take that up to 4, and that up to 6. All right. Don't get any of the exactness, but I get 3d6 plus 14. Yes. Well, the quest cards, if you go to Board Game Geek, you'll see someone's put them up there. I think they're Board Game Geek, but they may be on the Facebook page as well. Board Game Geek, and they've put them out there, and they're very cool. Okay, so I'm doing this one here, plus 14. So 9, 13, 27. That's a 4 and a 6. 27, so it's 10 damage. Because it blocks 17 damage. Alright, Stone Silex. This is round 2. Stone Silex attacks. 4, 6. 4, 6. It can shift to a Stone Fist. So we'll go 3, 5. Stone Fist, which sounds pretty full on. Did I do rebound? Thank you, Jeff. Rebound. So I took 7, so we'll take 4 off here. Good call, thank you. And so what was I rolling for? 3, 5. Did I just roll that? Hang on. Pause. Did I just roll that for my attack? The third round? Or am I rolling damage for... I've just confused myself. Let me have a sip of wine while someone lets me know where I'm at. It's been a long day. The Stone Fist hit with the 3-5 by the Stone... Right, yes, thank you. We haven't rolled damage yet then. Okay. Alright then. Damage. 3d6 plus 16. 8, 11, 27. And that is the 3-5. 3-5 again. Very good. My long gauntlets are going to block every one. So, Alan, you're not wrong. Tabletop Engine Jim's boards are fantastic. I don't think I'd fit it into my screen at the moment. Not with this small area here, but they are awesome. So that is 27. So that was 6 damage. So for me, but again, it's rebound. So I am down to 63, and he gets 3 damage. Okay, so I need to sort of top up some damage here. Round 3. They have, Jeff. It's just bizarre. 1, 2. So 1, 2. I've got 2 here. but primary 4s doesn't do primary 4s. I can't shift to that. So we'll do the Fabulous Drive. We want to try and get past his armour. 1s, 3s, 5s and 6s. So it's only the Astonishing Blow that can get through without having it be absorbed. So we've got 1, 2, so we're going to go up to 3. Okay. And we get the Cold, which it is vulnerable to. So, vulnerability, incidentally, just so you know, if a creature is vulnerable, they get an extra 2d6 damage. Right, so we will have an extra 2d6 damage. Get the backup dice over here. Instead of using a board to track things, I note down everything so I have a record of the battles. Yes, it's like an add-on to the narration. It is a great idea and it's very, very useful. So it's 5d6 plus 15. Okay. All right. 10, 18, 28, 33, minus 17, which is 16. So 16 damage from 80 is 64, 65, because there's an extra 1 on there. 65. Okay. So that was round 4. And now the Granite Boar gets a blow. So it is interesting. 4/4. 4/4. Yeah, it can shift to a Stone Fist, which it will. 4 can't. Yeah, no, I can shift to a Heavy Barrage as well. Let's do that. 3. So 6/3. And 3d6 plus 18. And you crush a small item. So that is 10, 28. And I absorb minus 21 damage, which is 28, which is 7. So, sorry, not the boar, it's me. 7. So 56. But there's a rebound. And we'll take another few points off there. You need the loud dice cup. I'll bring that back for next time. Okay, so we are now on to round 5, and I am going to do a 5/5. So that doesn't match any of my dice sets here. But I will shift to the more powerful one, which is the 3d6. So I can shift up to 4, 6, easy, and we get 3d6 plus 14. Okay. Although, having said that, does he block that one? He does. Maybe let's do. Could I get up to? No, we'll just do this one. 11, 20, 25, minus 17, which is 25 minus 17 is 8, which takes it down to 54. Okay. 54. It's slower. He doesn't block that primary 4. Ah. He doesn't. Let's do that again. 62. Primary 4, you're right. You're right. Astonishing blow. So that was 11, 25. Okay. So we'll take 4, 42, 37. Okay. All right. So key is with this. All right. So it's second fight. What you have to try and make sure you can do is get through the enemy's defenses, which is tactical, which is good. Okay, so he's going to have a little go on this one. It's +2 shift for these guys. 6-1. 6-1. He can take it down to heavy barrage. Down to 3. Which is 3d6 plus 18. Not bad. Right, so 12, 15, 15, doing maths is painful, 33 minus, that is 12 damage to me. Okay, so that is 12 damage, 44. But he gets some back, so he gets 31 because it's rebound. Okay. Now, also I would add, this is slightly skewed because these creatures are being blocked by my long gauntlets, which is my most powerful piece of armor. They're wicked. So, yeah, I need to try and do Astonishing Blow when it's my go. Okay. So, he did some damage. I've taken a fair amount of damage. We're on the extra 3+. We want to try and get to Astonishing Blow, which hopefully shouldn't be too tricky. Oh, let's roll that again. 5-1. So I need 5. Yes, I can do it. When you're that level, you can just about do any kind of shift. So again, 3d6 plus 14. 8, 10, 24. Again, take it down. 24. 7. 7. So it's in a poor state. Yeah. I am, yeah. It's Stone Heights is getting tired. No kidding. He has a go at me, though. He's still got 7 left. 3, 1. 3, 5. Yeah, he can shift to Stone Fist. He's actually got 6. So he could do Heavy Barrage. 3 and 2. Yes, Heavy Barrage. 3d6 plus 18. Let's do that. Wow, 10, that is 16 plus 18, 26, 34 minus the 21, 34 minus the 21 is 14, 13, so I take 13 damage, which is pretty bad. 31, and he gets 6, 7, we'll just say 7 damage, and he's dead. Okay, alright. Yeah, I would have lost a lot of small items there. You're not wrong. So thematically, pounding me, things are breaking as it hits me. Things are crashing, being crushed. All right. Okay. So there's a few things to be learnt here. There's a few extenuating circumstances. For example, my long gauntlets wouldn't necessarily be what other people have in those fights. I would have lost some other small items, as Jeff has pointed out. I think that on the first fight, the boar, I rolled low. And then towards the end of this fight, I rolled high. I guess it kind of plays out, doesn't it? It kind of levels out. But just from the feel of those 2 fights so far, that feels okay. I think it feels okay. I think that the balance there. So, but that is just like just a couple of fights. We're going to see how it plays out. Initial impressions. I feel pleased that I've upped how much damage they can absorb. I've also I'm still slightly fatigued by the fact that our armor can take off so much damage. So we're just going to have to see. I think it works out. I think in the scheme of things, we're going to tactically pick which ones, which I wasn't really doing so much. I should have been maybe potentially examining that more. And you would do if you were facing a tricky situation, if you had less HP. We've played with a house rule that if our hero has not met the creature before, we don't optimize our maneuvers until the creature uses a particular defense. Wow. I like that. I like that, Paul. I can see why you do that. Yeah. I mean, from my point of view, if the creature is picking a maneuver, they are doing it because they know it's their best maneuver, in a sense. I don't know. Yeah. Wow. What do people think? Did that feel too involved, or did it feel like the right sort of length? That last fight went longer, 105. It does mean I've got to think about the next creatures and how much damage they take and what they do. It's definitely an interesting situation. When you're working something like this, you really got to, you've got to let it loose. You've got to let it loose. So that's what I've done. So those people who are testing, the sooner I get that back, the better. Thank you. And if you're part of the community and you want to test level 1 of 2d6 Legendary Dungeon, drop me an email to toby@drgames and I'll send you through a copy. Not a problem at all. And too small a sample size so far. Looking forward to testing more combat with the updated stats. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys think. Brilliant. Well, it has been a long day. So I think we've been going for over an hour now. What is the time? Oh, an hour and a quarter. Yeah, for a little combat test stream, I think that probably feels about right. Yeah. Oh, of course, Paul. Yeah. I'm not of numbers or math guy. I'm a therapist, so all I heard during the fight was numbers, 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 numbers. Yes. There is a lot of numbers. It's a good point. I guess it's always been a little bit like that with this, though. It is it's the dice. At least, okay, you're hearing it, Daniel, in the car, amongst all the kind of traffic and everything. But when you're playing it, you've got the physical representation of the number in the die, which is ultimately helps if you're trying to hold too many numbers in your head. If you catch my drift. I like that rule, Paul. I also reduced the armor modifier, says Chaos, by my shift each time I use it until I return to the town to get my armor repaired. It makes combat more deadly. Bloody hell. Yes. You'll need to make an appointment with yourself after playing, Daniel. Yeah, that is a very good... Yes. Get some therapy. It's good for you. So, guys, I think what we'll do is we'll leave it there. I'll be interested to hear people's comments. If you watch the vlog back, let me know what you think. Again, saying about the testing, let me know about that. I'm working hard on level 4 at the moment, moving into level 5 hopefully come the end of next week, and then we're kind of well on the way. We're well on the way. Yes, there is the optional. I put a few things in there. Give it a thumbs. Thanks, Matt. Combat scales nicely as you go up the levels. It's fairly smooth learning. Well, thanks ALZ. That's good. Let's hope that's the same for Legendary Dungeon as well. Awesome. You guys have been great. Thanks for being here. Yeah, don't forget, contact me if you want anything. Let me know how you're getting on. Share your maps. Give us some updates. Log into the Facebook group. Click the thumbs up on the video if you don't mind. All that kind of malarkey. And I will see you next week. Yeah, I'll be back on Friday again. Okay, guys, you take care, and I will see you then.